St. Charles police break a massive stolen car ring, and the evidence is lined up outside their police department. That's where Fox Files' Chris Hayes found investigators also traced the crimes to a device that clones key fobs.
These are just some of the cars recovered in a massive stolen car ring that spans 4 counties. Mostly Dodge Challengers in charge.
Nothing but damn Chargers and Challengers.
The target cars are high performance.
Hellcats.
Thieves are going for the expensive vehicles.
Yes.
And they're trying to sell them. And so these vehicles are quickly either sent out of the state or they're stripped.
Yeah.
St. Charles Police Lieutenant
Jesus Christ, look at all the Mopars.
Like the previous Kia Boys phenomenon that involved mostly teens, he says this is much more
ripped off front ends.
They can change some of the VIN numbers and then
VIN
they're going to
swap.
sell it.
He says the criminals are often wrapping a stolen car and selling it within 48 hours.
They're using advanced mechanic tools that they're able to reprogram blank keys to that vehicle.
Replicate the key fob. Basically, they steal the signal from your key fob to your car, and they're able to reprogram a separate blank key fob and send signals to your car from that blank key fob, and your car can't tell the difference. It'll literally open up, unlock the doors, unlock the trunk, and start up just like it was yours.
And then they can steal the entire vehicle.
A steering wheel lock will help, but
Yeah.
police say the only foolproof way to stop these guys is to disconnect your battery.
Our detectives
That's a bit extreme. We'll talk about it in a
led the
minute.
charge, but we had a lot of partners in this too.
About 7:15, they started calling us into their locations where they were hitting.
Police called A&A Towing to pick up cars.
Jesus.
You can see we're in the middle of being chopped up and rebuilt with parts from similar cars.
Yep.
2 turned into 4, 4 turned into 6.
Yeah.
6 turned into one location, had 13.
13.
This was a 5-month investigation that began in St. Charles and branched into Jefferson County, St.
Jefferson.
Louis County, the city, and Madison County, Illinois.
They're not only stealing, but they're involved in a number of other criminal activities.
Yep.
5 reported arrests. Suspects also linked to gun crimes, an
Yep.
assault, and a murder. We will be tracking these cases as they're filed so you can count.
You see what I'm saying? Small crimes lead you to big crimes. The same people that's out here stealing Hellcats and Scatpacks are the same ones moving drugs and the same ones, murdering people. See what I'm saying? You stop the small stuff in order to stop the big stuff.
On Fox 2.
Broken
to
window
follow up.
theory.
For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
So this was November 10th, 2025. This was 2 days ago, y'all. You know what I mean? 2 days ago. We're not talking 2 years ago. These cars was stopped in production 2 years ago, but even 2 years after the fact, they're still stealing the hell out of them. Evidence traced the crimes to a device that can clone key fobs. The target cars are high performance, mostly Dodge Challengers and Chargers. These thieves are going for expensive vehicles, quickly sent out of state. So as soon as your car gets stolen, it's gone. It's on the highway. You know what I mean? It's on the highway to a neighboring state so that it can get stripped and sold. Quickly sent out of state. They're being stripped. There's a ring. They change the VIN numbers, VIN swaps. They wrap them so that your car could literally be next to you in traffic and you wouldn't even know because it could be wrapped a different color. Alleging that criminals are often wrapping a stolen car and selling them within 24 hours. Do you know how many times people DM'd me? This was probably 2 years ago. Somebody DM'd me and was like, hey, I got a brand new 2023 last call Scatpack Charger that I'm selling for $6,000. Let me, if you don't want to buy it, pass the word along. I'm like, no, I'm not passing the word along. Hell no, I'm not complicit. No. I deleted bro immediately. He was trying to sell me a car for $6,000 in cash. And bro said, if you don't want to buy it, pass the word along. Are you crazy? This shit is still going on. You know what I'm saying? It's still going on even in 2025. These cars have been out of production since 2023. But these cars are still being stolen in 2025, man. Even in Charlotte, right? Obviously, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, hence the Charlotte FC. But Charlotte, North Carolina, these cars are still being stolen to this day. Every day I wake up and I go in my group chat with my Dodge guys and somebody knows somebody whose car got broken into or whose car got flat out stolen. You know what I mean? In 2025, 2 years after the fact that these cars no longer being made, they're still being stolen. The safest Mopar that you can buy right now is probably an electric charger because nobody wants it. Nobody wants to break into it. Nobody wants to steal it. If you want to stay Mopar, but you want to be on the safe side, get an electric charger because ain't nobody breaking into them shits. But in all seriousness, 2 years after the fact, these cars are still being stolen. One thing that I have to rebuke, vehemently, that the trooper or the sergeant spoke about is the only foolproof way, and maybe it wasn't even him, I think it was the news guy, that basically said the foolproof way of protecting these cars is to disconnect the battery. That's a lot of damn work. Having to park your car every night and disconnect the battery, that's a lot of damn work. That's not going to stop somebody from breaking your window and having fun with whatever's inside of your car. That's not going to stop somebody from jacking your car up and stealing the damn wheels and tires off of it. You know what I mean? That's not going to stop somebody from breaking into your car, taking out the damn engine, you know what I'm saying? Throwing it on a flatbed and rolling out. You know what I mean? That's not going to stop them from doing that. The only thing that will stop them, however, and you already know where I'm going with this, boom, CarLock. So let's talk about CarLock first. CarLock is the most affordable option. It's the simplest option, right? You can plug it into your OBD or you can hardwire it directly to your battery. You know what I'm saying? Link in my description. Use my code Knockout360. Save yourself some money. Black Friday's right around the corner, so you can get a discount on it. Less than $50. For less than $50, if I'm not mistaken, probably less than 60. I don't know. Less than 100 for sure. Let's just say that on the safe side. Less than $100. You have a device that you can GPS at all times, 24/7. You know what I mean? You can tell exactly where it's at all times, whether it's being driven or whether it's stopped. Engine detection, engine start detection. So if the engine starts, you get a notification. If the vehicle moves for whatever reason, you get a notification. Vibration detection as well, notification. It's extremely sensitive. And I mean that almost in a bad way. Like, it's that sensitive. I have my Hellcat and my T-Rex parked in the garage. Whenever I start one of them, it sets off the alarm for the other one. Whenever the landscapers are in my neighborhood and they're cutting the grass, I have to turn my CarLock off because I know I'm going to be getting signals out the ass. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I'm going to be getting signals like crazy because that's how sensitive it is. Engine start, vibration detection, vehicle move detection, all of that comes to your Apple Watch as well, which I don't have on me right now, but Apple Watch as well. It's the more affordable option for car security. And like I said, you can plug it into your OBD. Maybe you don't want anything being plugged into your battery. Or if you're a little more, skeptical of people breaking in and potentially yanking it out, you can hardwire it directly to the battery. That way, no matter who tries to break in or what happens to your car, you'll always be able to GPS your car at all times. I mean, with all of my cars, literally, you think I'm playing? Like, boom. That bottom portion right there is nothing but CarLock. At this moment, everything is unlocked because I have everything scheduled that after 9 a.m., all of my alarms unlock so that I'm not getting false warnings from like landscapers and people blasting their music and all that shit. If you want to take things to another level, CarLock is the best of the best, if you ask me. It's the most sensitive system that you can have on your car, but it's not going to necessarily stop anything. It's not an engine kill switch. It's not an audible alarm. It's not going to, ring the car. There is no alarm that's attached to the car sort of thing. If you want to take things to another level and you want another level of security and protection, that's where you get into your CompuStar and your IGLA, right? CompuStar is kind of your comprehensive alarm security system. I mean, from top to bottom. It's an actual alarm system. So if somebody tries to break in, the alarm's going to go off on the car, loud as shit. It's an app as well as a GPS 24/7 monitoring app as well, so you can look at your car at all times. If the alarm goes off on the car for any reason, you get notifications to your phone and your Apple Watch, right? Your phone and all that stuff starts lighting up and vibrating and going crazy, right? Audible sound. Engine start, of course. If somebody tries to start your car, you get a notification to your phone. What else? Glass break detection. So if somebody tries to break into your car and they break that glass, once again, the alarm on the car is going to go off and you're going to get a notification to your phone and your Apple Watch, right? All within, milliseconds of it happening. What else? Engine, it is a kill switch to my understanding. But the most important thing about the CompuStar is that in a situation like this, if a thief was to try to reprogram your key fob, the only thing that they would be able to do is potentially open the door. But as soon as they open the door, the alarm's going to go off because everything goes through the CompuStar key fob. So if you want to lock your car, unlock your car, remote start your car, open the trunk, everything now goes through the CompuStar key fob. It no longer goes through the Dodge red key or the Dodge black key, if you're not fortunate enough to have a Hellcat. It no longer goes through the Dodge key fob, period. Everything goes through CompuStar. So if you want to unlock your car, lock your car, remote start your car, open the trunk, anything like that, everything has to go through the CompuStar key fob. If you, for whatever reason, were to accidentally press unlock on your red key, once you were to go and try to open the door, the alarm's going to go off because you have not disarmed CompuStar. You can only do that through the key fob. So if a thief was to come to your house and somehow or another steal your red key signal, to my understanding, they can still do that. It's not going to stop them. But as soon as they go to try to open your door with the newly programmed key fob, the alarm's going to go off simply because you have not disarmed CompuStar, right? You have not done anything through the CompuStar key fob. And of course, you can do everything through the app as well. Let me see here. So boom. I've got my Dodge Charger. You can see it right there. It's right above CarLock. You can lock, unlock, remote start your car, all of that from your phone. And then, of course, it's a 24/7 app. You know what I'm saying? 24/7 GPS, I'm sorry. So everything has to go through the CompuStar key fob. If somebody was to take your red key and steal the red key from you, let's say you're at a gas station, somebody holds you up at gunpoint, and they take the red key and they hop into it. As soon as they unlock the door with the red key, the alarm's going off, the kill switch is engaged, the car's going nowhere. You know what I mean? Everything has to be done through the CompuStar key fob. The key fob has to be within the vicinity of the car in order for it to start. If you take your red key to the car and try to start it and your key fob is still in the house, it's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere, which poses the problem that if you were at a gas station and you got held up, and for instance, they knew about CompuStar, like they knew how it works, the mechanics of it. They hold you up and they say, give me the red key and the CompuStar key. They unlock the car with the CompuStar key fob, and then they go to press the button to start it. It's going to start up like normal. Because at that point, everything's been checked off. You've unlocked it with the CompuStar. You still got the CompuStar key fob in the vicinity of the car. Your car is gone. And that's when you want to take that motherfucker to the next level, IGLA. IGLA is specifically a engine kill switch with the PIN code. It's got nothing to do with the alarm system. You can break into somebody's window all day long. The alarm's not going to go off. IGLA, that's not what IGLA is designed for. IGLA is designed to be a specific kill switch that can only be disengaged by actively putting in a pin on the on the steering wheel. I'm sorry. So every single time I want to start any of my SRTs, not only do I have to have my CompuStar key fob with me, right, so that the car detects it, I have to unlock it with CompuStar, lock it with CompuStar, remote start it with CompuStar. But even when I get in the car, I've got to now put in a PIN code on the steering wheel in order for it to start. So for that example that I gave you, if you're at a gas station and somebody holds you up and they take the red key and the CompuStar key fob, I hope this shit is making sense. I'm doing a lot of talking. But in example of you being at the gas station and somebody holds you up and they take the red key and the CompuStar key, right? If you got IGLA, they're still not going anywhere because now they have to enter in the PIN code that you can set with any of the you can set it with the up and down, the left and right, the cruise control up and down, left and right, the back panel, the what are they called? The fucking you know what I'm talking about. On the steering wheel, the shift paddle shifters. You can use those. Like I know somebody that's got a code that's like up, down, left, right, paddle left, and then they can start the car. If somebody robs you and they take the red key and your CompuStar key, unlock it like you normally would, hop in the car and try to take off, unless they know your PIN code, which is specific to you, that car is not going anywhere. Those are like the 3 levels of fucking security that's going to take your Mopar to another level. So you don't have to disconnect the battery every single time you get in the car or every single time you leave the car. That's wild to do. If that's the case, just go out and get a damn Mustang. They're not really stealing Mustangs like that. If you got to do all that. But once you take things to another level with the 3 levels of security that I got, between CarLock being the first line of defense, CompuStar is kind of the all-comprehensive car security, and then IGLA, which takes shit to another level to the point that only you can literally start your car as long as you know your PIN. It doesn't matter what key fobs you have. Only you can start that car. with the pin code that you enter in. And you can choose your pin code, however you want to do it. Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right paddle, left paddle, right paddle, left paddle, cruise control up, cruise control down, and then start the car. Like, you can get complicated as fuck. It's just like a video game. You know what I'm saying? Remember back in the day when you had Game Shark and PlayStation 2 and shit like that, and you would have to enter in the code up, down, left, right, fucking trigger, left trigger, triangle, square, triangle, X, that shit. Same thing. Like, you can literally make it as complicated as you want. So you've got options. The more affordable, the most affordable is obviously CarLock, and that's what I recommend to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because it works. Unfortunately, the thing about CarLock is it's not really going to stop anything. It's just going to let you know what's going on. So for instance, if you laid up in the house 2 o'clock in the morning and your phone goes off and it's CarLock, that's letting you know something's going on. You better get out the house quickly, quick, fast, and in a hurry. But with CompuStar and Igla, those are actual engine kill switches and, alarms and all that stuff. But you got to pay to play. Those are not cheap systems at all, but they're all legit. You know what I'm saying? They all work in tandem, and I've got all of them on all of my cars. Now, if you're in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia area, where I get all of my stuff installed at, I think I'm still recording here. I'm not, I'm lying. Where I get all of my stuff installed at is Tunes, Car, Stereo, and Security. It's literally in Concord Mills. If you've ever been in Concord Mills Mall, it's on the same exit, except when you're coming from Charlotte off of the exit Bruton Smith, instead of making a left, go to Concord Mills, you literally make that right, and then you make that first left at the light, you just go around and he's right there on your left. Like, that's how close it is. He does Igla, remote start, and remote start security, radar detectors. He was the one that installed the escort system on my car, as well as the Uniden on my T-Rex, car security, and the Sony sound system in my Hellcat. So, car security, sound, audio, radar detectors, he does it all. If you want to do underglow lights, he does that too. Interior lights, he does that too. Whenever it comes to like electronics with your car and fucking around with whatever that is, whether it's car security, stereo, lights, interior, exterior, shit like that, that's the number one guy to go to. 4.9 out of 5. I don't know why he doesn't have 5, but this is the guy that I go to. Tunes, Car, Stereo, and Security. Hit his website. Here's his phone number. Andrew is his name. He's the owner. Tell him Knockout 360 sent you and he'll give you a good deal. But yeah, if you want to take security to the next level between CarLock, CompuStar, and Igla, number one, go to Tunes, Car, Stereo. They'll do it all there for you, whether you're buying the product and installing it. But also, that's the type of stuff that's going to, thwart all of this bullshit from happening. Because if you come to my car or any one of my cars and you try to replicate the key fob, like I said, at the absolute worst, well, number one, that would be really hard. Because first thing that I do when I get home is I take my key fob and I put it in an RFID pouch. And those pouches are supposed to block outgoing signals and incoming signals. So you really shouldn't even be able to get my key fob signal. But somehow or another, if you had some motherfucking Mission Impossible high-tech bullshit and you were able to get my key fob signal, as soon as you try to open my door, my alarm's going off and it's going to alert the whole neighborhood. It's loud as shit. I'm getting messages to my phone, my Apple Watch. You're not going to be able to steal the car because I've got Igla and CompuStar, the key fob or the CompuStar engine kill switch on the car. And then you're going to have to deal with, Glock or, Smith & Wesson Shield, or my favorite, which is my Springfield Echelon Compact. You know what I mean? You're going to have a lot to deal with at that point. So I don't even think it's worth it. So I'm telling you guys, before you get to the Springfield and the Smith & Wesson and the Glock point, let's start with something, a little simpler. Let's start with CarLock. Let's work with them first. All right, that way you don't have to escalate things. We don't want to escalate things. I don't want to escalate things. I will, but I prefer not to. You know what I'm saying? And I prefer you not to as well either. So, in order to stop this type of shit here, clone key network, net high performance car, shit like that, which is the new thing, cloning keys, go out and get yourself some security, man. Because I'm telling you, these guys are good at it and they can do it. And I mean, while you're at Buffalo Wild Wings getting your lemon pepper chicken wings on, they can be in there cloning your car, cloning a key fob, and you wouldn't even know it until you heard your car start up. And then at that point, it's too late, And then I also got what's the thing? The steering wheel, steering wheel lock. I still got that too. I'm old school with that. When it comes to my Hellcat, I put everything on there. My T-Rex, same thing. My Jeep Grand Cherokee, not so much. Ain't nobody trying to steal no 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. But those are your option, guys, is what I'm saying. That's what I've got on my car between CarLock, CompuStar, and Igla. I've got all that shit on there, and I love all of them. Now, what I will say is, it takes time, right? That Igla, entering that in, God forbid if the police were to just pull up on me one day and I wanted to get into a high-speed police chase, I've got to have my key fob on me, unlock it from CompuStar because it doesn't do well, mine doesn't do the proximity. I have that turned off. Unlock it with CompuStar, get in the car, enter in my code, wait for the code to realize, wait for the software to initialize, then I can start my car and go. And if I happen to turn it off again, I got to do the whole process again. So it does add time. It adds a little bit of annoyance, right? But it also adds peace of mind, knowing that your car will be there first thing in the morning. But as always, like, subscribe, comment. That turned into a longer video than I wanted, but I do want to let you guys know that they are still stealing Mopars. They're still taking our cars, guys. I'm in Charlotte every single day. Somebody's car gets stolen. Don't think for 1 second that just because they're not being made that they're not still hot. They are. You know what I mean? If your Mopar has a V8 under the engine, under the hood, they want it. So I'm telling you now, if you value your car, set aside some money. Christmas is right around the corner. Black Friday is right around the corner. They're going to be running deals. Set aside some money and go out and get some legitimate security for your car. You know what I mean? Take it from your boy Knockout. You don't want those problems, neither do I. As always, it's been your boy Knockout 360. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.